so nice to meet Miss Lisa.
Nice to
Miss
meet
or
you.
Mrs.
Miss Lisa. It's
Alright,
now
guys, so
even hotter than it's been out.
So these are some minor challenges that you should really work in that. But the truth of the matter is, this is the reason why most farmers fail. You know, they just tend to have this mindset that what can we do to make people interested in agriculture?
I think I really like the fact that we always speak about this.
So, if you don't understand what exactly is the core of business, don't come into agriculture. But yes, it will just be another disaster for us. So I remain the Uniloring Farm Board, and with me, everything is done.
hello. I don't think I need to introduce myself to you any longer. I am the Uniloring Farm Board. And on this platform, I educate people and I motivate young people, most especially, to see the need of studying and practicing agriculture. So, as you can see, I am in our nursery. And today I am going to be teaching you basic things about nursery practices because I discovered that these are some of the very difficult aspects of this process of greenhouse that people find difficult. Even professionals, when they venture into this nursery aspect, they tend to find it very difficult. I am going to be educating you today. Please, I just need you to stay tuned to this video. Watch it to the end because definitely there are a lot of things you are going to benefit from this video. And one thing I would want you to do for me, subscribe to this YouTube channel, help share this video with people you feel they will be interested in also watching this video and they will pick one or two. Before I proceed, I will want to place this in quote warning. Now, what is that? Do not think I am going to be putting out 100% of the practices we carry out in this nursery that is making us this successful. But I am going to give you at least to 70%. So do not forget to drop your questions in the comment section. I will be readily available to engage you. I'll post this video on YouTube and see you. So from the basic, I am going to start by the mixture we use. Number one, we use cocoa peats and potting mix. What ratio and why do we use cocoa peats and potting mix? Talking about the mixture now and the the substrate we use in producing all this, just as you can see. Number one, cocoa peats. Number two, potting mix. How do we go about using that? And what is their uses in this process of nursery preparation? How far can they go? I am going to be explaining it. Right. One reason we use cocoa peats to ratio 1 to 2. We use cocoa peats 1 kg. If we're using cocoa peats 1 kg, we're using potting mix 2 kg. Why is it so in that mixture? I am going to explain, and this is why. You know, potting mix contain more nutrients for you to grow your nursery and to grow your seeds. And the reason why we use it in this ratio, though it is more expensive than cocoa peats, the reason why we use it in this ratio is because we don't readily apply fertilizer or nutrients to our seedlings. So this potting mix serves as a means of supplying nutrients to this plant until they grow, starting from age 10 to 20, 25, 30, as the case may be. So this produces nutrients. So however, I would advise you that once your seedlings are reaching, like your fruit vegetable that lasts between 25 to 30 days in your nursery, once they start getting to age 15 to 20, and you know that they are not readily available for transplanting, there is need for you to supply a little bit in calculated amount of nutrients to them so that to sustain them, because this potting mix, though it contains more nutrient to plant, but it has a number of limited nutrients that it can supply, a number of days that it can supply to these guys, and they will do well. So that is why we use it at a ratio of 2 to 1 so that it will contain more. And this is one of the reasons why farmers get it wrong who practice nursery. I mean, the reason is because number one, they don't readily see potting mix as a factor because it is expensive. They don't tend to use it more. Some even don't use it at all. They use only cocoa peats, which is not advisable because cocoa peat does not contain any form of nutrients. You see, so from start they start getting issues. So some use it ratio 1 to 1, 1 kg of cocoa peat, 1 kg of potting mix, which is still not readily available because the potting mix that is supposed to supply nutrients to this plant will outrun at a number of maybe in 5 to 6 days at most. Then after that, you discover that your seedlings will start getting either yellowish within or you will start seeing the deficiency of nitrogen and some other nutrients in them. So I'm taking time to explain these things to you so that you understand the reason why it is necessary, though potting mix is more expensive, but it is necessary for you to use potting mix to cocoa peat at a ratio of 2 to 1. 1 kg of cocoa peat, 2 kg of potting mix. Yes, and there are methods on how to go about this. I wouldn't take time to explain all those things in this video because I don't want it to be long. So I am going to be explaining number 2 reason. Number 2 reason is the way you allow people into your nursery. But before I move to that, I would like to say something about dark room. A lot of people don't understand the reason why after sowing your seeds and applying water to them, that is watering them, you have to take them to the dark room. And how long do they stay in dark room? It's between 3 to 7 days. If it is fruity vegetables, they stay for 7 days. If they are leafy vegetables, they stay for 7 days. Some people don't even know the difference between leafy and fruity vegetable. I am not going to explain that in this video. Go and make more research on it and know how to go about the difference between leafy vegetable and fruity vegetable. I said it before. One it is leafy vegetable, they stay for 3 days, 3 to 5 days. One it is fruity vegetable, they stay between 5 to 7 days. So please understand this thing. And what is the reason of we taking them into the dark room? It is because we want them to grow uniformly. Because there is this sense of dormancy breakage that darkness comes upon or bring upon seed. It tends to help break dormancy fast, and it also helps in uniform growth. So that's why sometimes if you see our seedlings, the uniform are always grow to some extent. So it is because we from onset start by taking them to the dark room. A lot of people don't really understand this. So I'm dishing all these things for free to you out there. So I just need you to, at this point, if you've not subscribed to my YouTube channel, we can't do that because I am still going to give you more interesting facts about nursery practices. So moving on to the next point, just as I said before, I talked about you allowing people to have access to your nursery. Aside from the woman taking care of this nursery, very few of us have access to this place. Yes, I mean very, very few. Why? Because we were part of the people that sowed this seed. And I am also part of them. So no other person, no staff, other staff is allowed to this place. No other partner is allowed in this place. So you have to be very, very careful because of a truth, human beings are carriers. You see, sometimes when you see things like, let's say, thrips, spider mites, aphid, they have some sticky stuff that can attach to your clothes. You might not know. So you visit this as you are trekking. Maybe you come across a bush, you walk by, and all these things stick to your body. The eggs stick to your body, or one of them stick to your body. On getting in this place, it deposited on the floor, it hatch, then it spread. And these things, their lifespan, they go very fast. One aphid or one spider mite or one leaf miner in this place, you will see the way it will spread like wildfire because this environment is readily available and encouraging for their growth. So all these things are there. Do not allow people have access to your nursery. It will help you a lot. So another thing is nutrient application. As if you remember while watching this video from onset, I said something, and I was like, if I gave you a range, I was like, if you are dealing with fruity vegetable, like let's say bell pepper and others, let's say bell pepper, cucumbers and others, those are fruity vegetables. They stay longer in the hatchery. They stay between 25 to 30 days in the nursery. I mean, I'm sorry for using the word hatchery because I'm into fish hatching too. So, so they tend to use between 25 to 30 days in the hatchery. So at between 15 days, you start noticing that there will be nutrient deficiency in the substrate you use. So how do you apply nutrients? I will leave you to make research on that. The mode at which you ought to apply nutrients to these guys. Because readily from those days, from some, in fact, some as from day 10, if your substrate is not standard enough, and from day 10, they need nutrients. So how do you go about applying nutrients? I am not going to say that in this video. Go and make more research. There are a lot of foliar fertilizers. We have one foliar plus that people use. We don't use them here. So, but if you are applying nutrients, I will advise you to use organic nutrients. Yeah, because those are some of the things that if paraventure will want to use, we use organic nutrients and not inorganic because most of the times In fact, all the times we try as much as possible to over 90% make our produce organic, as we are saying. Though we invest a lot of energy in it, but that is how we go about practicing. So another point on how to undergo a successful hatchery is your disease management. I made mention of you not allowing people have access to your nursery, which is very, very, very important. Your biosecurity is very important. And if peradventure there is any means of disease outbreak in your nursery, how should you go about it? Before then, do not wait until there is a need of disease outbreak or a need of curative process on you to go. You notice something before you take action. Do not wait until then. Why do I say so? There are some preventive measures. If you are taking any drug, there are preventive dosage and there are, preventive drugs and there are also curative drugs. So do not wait until something happens. There is an outbreak of disease in your nursery before you start preparing or before you start treatment. There are times be sensitive enough. That's why today is Sunday and I'm recording this video. I come here to come and check on them. So I will carefully scout to check and detect any possibility of either leaf miner, aphid, thrips, spider mite, or any of these diseases affecting these guys because they are like babies. And one thing about plants, they communicate. But if you don't know how to interpret their communication, it will not really fall well with you. And this is some of the reason why a lot of people have issues with nursery because they don't tend to interpret the language of these babies. Yeah, I call them babies because they are tender and they are still growing. So I was talking about biosecurity the other time. You have to be strict with your nursery because these guys are very sensitive and their immune system is not that strong to resist disease. So you can see this environment is enclosed. Even the outside, the door is locked with padlock. Once I'm leaving this place, I'm going to lock it up. So we don't allow any stranger inside this place except for people that are taking care of them, that have access to this place. And you cannot go into another screen or net house, then come here. It is here first. It's either you work here alone and go back home, or you work here first, then go to any other place you want to work. That is how it is done. Once you enter another green or screen house, you have no right to enter here again because you can bring something from there to this place. Exactly. It's just like our mother. Sometimes when they want to breastfeed or the utensils they use to feed our younger ones, what they do is that they tend to, they tend to wash it. They wash it sometimes with hot water. Some mothers boil it. Sometimes they sterilize it with some, agents that will not help in affecting these guys. So that is how it is for these babies too. Now we have a lot of things, but I would like to mention a point first before I go. And the last point I would like to draw your attention to is this: the disease management. Before you start managing your disease, there are two types of chemicals. We have organic chemical and we have the inorganic chemical. Example of the organic chemicals, we have your sulfur, organic sulfur, we have neem oil. All these are example etc of organic chemicals. And we also have the inorganic, the lives of punch, lives of imifos, life of fiprofos, life of there are several of them. So what I would advise you to do is that before you witness any outbreak in your nursery, start using the organic substances or the nutrients. No, not organic nutrients, the organic chemicals as curative, no, not curative, preventive measures. If they are staying up to 2, 3, 4 weeks, start to prevent, not cure. So by so doing, they are organic, no matter the amount of quantity, although using require normal, but no matter the amount of quantity, it's not going to affect them and it will cause no harm to them because they are organic. It will also help prevent them from disease. So what you will do is that if you notice any sign or you don't want to stand a chance, start using as a preventive measure your organic supplement. You can use neem oil, you can use the other one that I mentioned, I mentioned two. You can use any of them at required number. There's, uh, you know, quantity on how to go about the usage. So these are some of the practices. And at this point, I would like to stop you. I don't want this video to be long, but these are some of the practices that we undergo. There are more to this. Sincerely, there are more to this. But do not think after watching this video, then you will just bounce on. But people who are into nursery practice over time, I know that one or two they will definitely benefit from this video, because we've had people reach out to us from places like Ibadan, places like Abeokuta, and some other places that, oh, they've been trying to practice some, carry out some nursery practices, and either it has failed, or they have poor germination, or they are just witnessing disease outbreak, or some other form of challenges in their nursery. But this is something we've been doing over and over again, and we are getting results. So consultancy, we have room for that. If you want us to consult your farm, to teach you more, or to carry out any activity to help your farm grow, we are readily available for that. You can reach out to the number is placed on my screen, or reach out to my bio. The description of this video, I will put my number there. My email is on the description of my YouTube channel. You can also send me an email, or just look for any means to communicate to me. I'll be readily available to attend to you. So do not forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I am the Unilorin Farm Boy, and I bring to you good tidings. Education is very good, because without education, you will not readily be able to succeed in this niche of agriculture. Do not think, oh, this guy is too young for me to learn from. You can learn from me. I can learn from you. I don't know it all, but at least in this aspect, I know a little bit of it. And that's why I feel like coming to you to come and educate you and place this information out there, so that you will feel blessed and you will feel enlightened about all these things. So if you find this video interesting, kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel and share it with people if you will also benefit from it. I am doing long farm work. Do not forget to subscribe. See you